before he gets here, just catch up on Tommy and
Oh yeah,
talk.
why don't you let us know what you know what's going on, because you've been the more
Oh,
passionate. Oh, speak of the
speak
devil.
of the devil, there he is. See, we were just going to give a recap on him, and here he comes. Awesome. So here comes Tommy.
Well, wait, we
This,
got to
if you
change.
haven't watched our interview with him, go back and watch it. It's fascinating. He's in a lawsuit with Ticketmaster, Live Nation. It's been going on for 15 years. We'll let him fill us in. He was supposed to have a court date last month in
Yeah.
October. And of course, it got pushed, I think, till next week. I think it's coming up again, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's what he's doing here. So we're going to have him come on right now and catch up. Let us
I
know
guess
what's
you want
going on.
me. You were waiting for me to bring him in.
I was. While I was talking, I thought you would bring him on. What's up, Tommy? How you doing, man?
This is only the second time, Tommy, that we've in this format had someone come on live in the middle of the show. We used to do it years ago on something called The Lot, but that was everybody was sitting around drinking for hours. So.
Well, it's a privilege. Thanks a lot. It's great to see you guys again. Thanks a lot for having me on right now. And the court date is, as you guys said, it's next week. It's November 18th, 2 p.m., New Jersey Federal Court, 50 Walnut Street, Newark, New Jersey, courtroom 5B, Martin Luther King building at 2 p.m.
There we go. There it is. I'm gonna put that in the description too for you. And oh, God, I wish I was out there. Anybody that's out there, go support him. Take a couple signs. Go support him. Like, yes, make it a rally.
Right, now, what was the reason that you didn't happen the last time?
I don't know the answer to that. I had a ton of supporters. I had a ton of supporters coming to the court that took off work and everything that hit me up.
Right.
And then at the last minute, I respect the courts are busy. We were told that it was moved by the court. A lot of my supporters this time, some of them like, hey man, I took off work last month. I can't take off work again. I was like, listen, or do you need me to? I was like, I'm not going to ask anybody to take off work twice. You know what I mean? You pay enough money for these ticket prices that you have to pay for you need to work.
Yeah, right. But God, that sucks. Like, there's just, you never know. I mean, that's the thing about court cases and shit, right? Like, I can't believe how often things get pushed and everybody looks so forward to it or so prepared for it, or you get all your ducks in line for it and you're ready to go in, and then they're like, oh no, we're gonna move it, or the other side isn't ready or something or whatever, and they're like, oh, can we make a motion to extend another month or two? And they're like, sure, click, and you're like, oh, but I'm ready now, and like you said, like for the past 15 years and stuff, so much can happen in between, like people start dying or people, you know what I mean? Like things like it's, so things change in that month that you had to wait, or the 15 years that you've had to wait. It's like, it's insane. Like at some point there has to be like a expiration date for the court that it's mandatory.
Well, it's supposed to be you're supposed to have a speedy,
right? A speedy trial.
Your day in court is supposed to be speedy. Apparently, they're doing it the wagon train way with Tommy, though. There's no.
Well, I believe, I don't blame the court. I blame Live Nation.
Yes,
because with all the money and power they have, their whole plan and their whole strategy, it's worked for 15 years. It's delay, and confuse. Put every technicality in there in the world, from a law that's like the Salem witch trial, like up here in Massachusetts. And when you got one attorney and myself battling against it, you can't fight every single one of those. They just never argued my case on the substance against it. They have zero evidence. I have 500 plus exhibits, 497 they're trying to eliminate.
Well, is that what the case is? That's what you're doing next week, is you're going to go through some of these exhibits that they're trying to get thrown out? Is that what the hearing is about?
Yeah, Live Nation threw a kitchen sink. There's a latch attempt, but I believe they don't, I know, they don't want the public to see the information that I have. And in this motion here, they're attempting to eliminate 497 trial exhibits of 500. They have zero trial exhibits. I have tons of witnesses. They have zero. So they've been doing this for 15 years. We battled over a technicality. If a paper, you didn't have blue ink and it was red ink. Again, I got one lawyer, Andrew Smith, great guy. He's battled with me. He's awesome. but it's one lawyer versus 2,000.
Yeah.
Plus 36 versus 36 billion. So I'm through all this time period. Again, Live Nation's never challenged the substance of my case. All my evidence, tape recorded evidence, emails, even the expert report that I have that alleges and does show that Live Nation runs a fraudulent business. They've never even questioned all the information I have that it's actually even wrong. They said in their court filings, it's proprietary information. I guess proprietary information for them to rip off fans.
Right. God, that's so crazy.
I mean, that's just insane. Like, I mean, that's actually.
Could you release it anyway? If this court date doesn't go good, could you go rogue and find some journalist to just dump it all and publish it all and put it out there? It might not win you the case, but it might be out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't do so in respect for the courts and the systems. And also it hit me with, I've been battling for 15 years. I spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of time. That would give me like a $30 billion lawsuit,
Mm-hmm.
Which they'll probably sue me for speaking on these podcasts anyways. But everything I say, I got the truth to back it up.
Right. I don't think you're saying anything that great. I guess if I had to, I'd go to court, but I did everything.
Hey, I don't like being in court. I'll tell you that much. I didn't choose this. I don't want to do this. And that's why when I ask supporters to come out and support me, I ran nightclub parties. Easy to get people to go to clubs. Listen, I don't blame anybody who wants to go to a court.
The time I got called for jury duty was supposed to be in April 2020. So everything was shut down, and they sent this thing out. Do you want to reschedule? Trying to get people to reschedule. So I just ignored it. So my day came and went. The court was closed. There was nothing they could do. So that's
funny. You haven't had to go back since. I love jury duty. I'm one of those few people. Like I love it. Like last time I did it, I requested to be like the foreman. I'm like, I love it. I think it's so much fun. I think it's fun. I love it. So
you requested to be the foreman. That's funny.
Of course, man. I was like, as long as I'm going to be here, I'm going to run this show. Like,
and this is just the judge you're doing, right? It's not like
not.
There. Oh, it is. There's a jury.
This is open to the press, open to the public, not yours.
Okay.
This is oral arguments between my attorneys and Live Nation's $36 billion attorneys, 2,000 attorneys.
Right.
My one attorney, Andrew Smith, great, but one, and it's oral arguments, and it's open. First hearing we have in front of a trial judge, and this is in front of the court for press and public.
Does the fact that Congress is now going after him too help your case any?
I don't know if it helps my case, but I would just say the information I have in my case really helps the Department of Justice case, really helps the FTC's case. So the information, as I'm hoping in the hearing here, that we get past all these witch hunt technicalities and we get to the evidence, we get to the information.
Yeah.
If you put my information out and it gets put out, I want a jury trial, and it gets put out to the jury and it puts out to the public. The biggest benefactor of that is going to be the entertainment scene, the artist, which is going to really help them from stop getting ripped off by Live Nation, the independent promoters that can thrive, and the biggest one is the fans. The information I have comes out public, which I believe Live Nation's fighting it tooth and nail. It's going to lower ticket prices 20 to 30% within one day in the United States. I know that I might sound like a crazy lunatic, like I'm smoking some good stuff, but I have the cookbooks behind me. That's why I know.
And that would, that would save the industry, dropping it 20-30%. I think would, I might be able to go see 3 shows a year instead of 2.
I mean, imagine
you can go to a show and then you can go to a nightclub.
I could go to a show
and pay off credit card debt for 4 months.
Right.
I could actually afford to get things at the show, some merch, some beer, some actually enjoy the show and not just be like, no, can't get anything.
But that 20 to 30% that you're talking about is ultimately like any margin that the artist has, or small clubs. Even I know small clubs are, beer costs more now. Everything costs more for them, and they're getting squeezed by Live Nation, so they're making 50 cents a ticket. We've seen all kinds of crazy things. Like this one poor guy got paid $0 after everything because they took out, all this other money. And it turns out that the club really wasn't wrong because he had like 70 people pay.
Yeah.
I've seen it where people are almost packing out a stadium, and the artists and independent promoters are coming out owing Live Nation money
Right.
through the scheme, the racket they run.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I think just my biggest thing with this is like kind of twofold, right? Like one is your discovery and like getting out all of your information that you have about them and everything and letting people, I mean, court of public opinion. I feel like if you got all this information out there and people read all this, the revolution would have to start. Like people would have to be like, this is insane. Like look at all of that they knowing willingly are doing to us, right? Like there's that. But then also on the other side, like the legality and everything that you're going through, like blowing this thing wide open legally and through the courts and having them break this up or do whatever. It's so fast. Like these two sides of this thing are so interesting to me because yes, while the courts in the legal way would be fantastic and we'd have like a legal justification and ruling on all of this, but then on the other hand, also, if this keeps screwing around with you and whatever, like court of public opinion and because I feel like either way, if it comes out in court and all this gets released, the more that comes out, the more people will be like, this is insane. Like, what have we been dealing with, and like get even more angry. So either way, I feel like you have such a trove of information and such a trove of knowledge in this and things that people don't know about or haven't been exposed to that either way, I feel like hopefully wherever this leads, it gets into the public. You know what I mean? Like it gets into the public zeitgeist and people start being like, this is insane because all you keep reading about, I mean, there's not a week that goes by where there's not something in the news about high price tickets, Ticketmaster doing something, Live Nation doing something, the Justice Department, constantly, Kevin and I are constantly sending links back and forth that like, oh, this relates to Tom, this relates to Live Nation, or this relates to and everybody kind of knows it's going on, but it's one of those things where we just kind of keep letting it happen and go through the motions because you don't know how bad the rot really is inside of it. Like you do, like, how bad everything is inside. People like us still just kind of read it and see it and be like, yeah, we know it sucks. Like, yeah, buying tickets sucks. Yeah, this sucks. But the reason it sucks and their willingness to make it suck.
I think the older you are, though, T2, you remember. Like I remember Ticketron, there was Ticketmaster, there were all these companies, and if there was a fee on the ticket attached to whatever the base price of 1950 was, it was $1.50 for parking. That was the only fee you ever saw. So obviously the system can work without all this other crap.
I mean, for years I remember $22.50 was like a ticket price. Like that was like all in. It was like $22.50, like with taxes and everything in. And that was to go see a show at Red Rocks, right? Like that was my life growing up. It was like okay, I got $22.50 to figure out how to get $22.50 together to go see like CSN at what. So now that it's like hundreds, like let me see if I can get a fish ticket for like 100 and so, and then resale market and all that crap. Like it's
you
outrageous.
Used to be able to work a shift and buy a ticket. I could work at Little Caesars Pizza and make enough money to buy my Grateful Dead ticket after working one day. Now you have to work 3 days at Little Caesars in order to buy that same one ticket, which I guess we all know this.
And it's such a little man versus the big man because, like you keep saying, like David you have your lawyer, and they have like a team of lawyers.
Yeah, it's a $36 billion company, and if someone can work 3 shifts to pay for $1,000 ticket and another $1,000 ticket, I want the job at that Little Caesars or the other one.
Well, right, and as we talked about,
shifts. Look, some of these ticket prices $1,000. That's for one person.
Yeah.
What if you bring your girlfriend, your wife? What do you bring 2 kids?
Right. Exactly.
Mortgage your house.
Yeah, and like you said last time we were on, we were talking about the guy, the owner or the CEO or whatever is like, oh, I think ticket prices can increase still. I still think there's room at the ceiling to raise ticket prices. We're not even charging enough yet. You're like, how out of touch are you, man? Like,
so let's. What happens when you prevail next week? When that judge says, you know what, man, you can have 480 of these. I'm going to throw out 19 of them.
You give me 480 of my exhibits, and give me a trial date, and I get in front of a jury. and this information is
Then
exposed
it's
to the
out there,
public,
right?
this scene will change.
All right, all right. Now,
Ticket prices will go down. Independent promoters will thrive. Artists will stop getting ripped off. So then their prices will go down as well, and they'll make a lot more money. The whole
Right.
scene will change. But, that's my hope. That's the hope for it. And yeah, that's the hope.
How quick will we know? Will there be a ruling on Thursday, or will he be like, I'll have a ruling for you by Monday or something? You don't have to go through.
Honorable Judge Chechi, I don't know when she'll rule.
Right.
That's her choice. Obviously, she's
Right,
the
right,
judge.
yeah.
She runs the room.
Right.
But this is the first time we're having that 15-year showdown, literally
Right.
in the courtroom versus Live Nation, where actually we're having oral arguments and we're in front of a judge. So I'm hoping that I know all the evidence is on my side.
Right.
I know I have it all. I have it all. Tape recordings, emails, text messages. I have from all the witnesses, even Live Nation top executives confessing to it. Then the information showing why your ticket price is so high and how they're ripping off all the fans, which I allege is, well, it is a racket.
Right.
This information should be exposed. That's why I've continued this case, for this information to be not for me anymore. This is way beyond me. This is about the scene. This is about the fans. And this is about the industry, and this information should be exposed to the public,
Right.
because it's their documents.
Right.
I battled for 15 years. Last minute at the doorstep of the court, let's knock out 497 to 500. Why are you doing that? You guys wonder why? Because you're scared. If that information comes out, your company might get shut down, and some of your top executives might get thrown in jail, in my opinion and my beliefs.
There you go. Well, they probably won't. We know that the rich and powerful don't normally go to jail. The best we can do is maybe get a little leverage over them and have our little piece. I just want a piece of the pie. I want a little slice.
The punishment never ever seems like
it'll be fines, and they have money. They have
right. Well, that's just it.
billion.
They'll fine them, and then they'll make them give back to they'll settle some $2 billion settlement with the people, and we all get like 75 cents towards our next ticket that matter. It's never like anything where you're like, woohoo, we're gonna all get
that you have
paid
to go
back for years of being screwed over.
Right, that you have to go into a separate email and click in order to get the 75 cents.
Right.
Did you hear about YouTube, Tommy? And they're fighting ESPN. So YouTube decided to give everyone a $20 rebate, right? But in order to get the rebate, you had to find the email and click on a link in the email instead of them just giving everybody the $20.
Well, that was only some people, because they did just give me mine. Mine just came off of my bill.
Okay.
But like some of it was a little bit more. But it's so, like I said, like I don't even care about getting compensated for this. I'm more interested in your
I want to see you win. I want to see you.
Right, exactly. That's just it. Win both in court, but then win with like the court of public opinion and get this information into people's brains.
Who do we get to play you in the movie when they do the movie about this?
I'm focused on taking them to trial, but thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what? Give me 300 exhibits, 250 exhibits.
Okay. So half, you get half in your
200 exhibits. Put these into trial against Live. They have no reason to knock out any of these exhibits except for that the Tooth Fairies.
Did they try to settle? Do you think that they would try to settle if all the exhibits get in to stop it from going to trial?
They already have tried. I want a trial date.
Okay, there you go.
But you guys talked about this, getting $20 back, getting this back. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't be continuous this fight if it was about that.
Right.
Because you know what? That doesn't do anything for anyone.
Right. Exactly.
The fight I'm fighting, and I support the DOJ's and the FTC's fight, can bring real change.
Right.
The real change to the whole entire industry, where independent promoters there is none. They can thrive again. Artists can thrive again. And ticket prices can be lowered. It's a win-win for everybody. That's what I look at.
So let's next week is the week before, maybe on the Monday after the court date. Maybe we can get you back on the Monday of Thanksgiving week if you're around, if you want to come on and do an update. Or if not, we'll talk to you after Thanksgiving. We're probably going to shut down Wednesday through the weekend because T and I have been on live for over 100 weeks. We haven't missed a week in over 100 weeks. So.
I love it.
Crazy.
Yeah, besides eating turkey, I'm good.
All right, cool. So I will reach out to you. Shoot me an email and let me know what goes on, what happens with everything, and then we'll set something up. And man, thank you so much. We'll put some information. Shoot me an email with the actual room and everything, and we'll put it in the description on YouTube.
Absolutely appreciate it. And the only thing I could say is I know the fans, if you're working, I'm not asking you to take off work.
Right.
But I will just say this. So many of you sit in those queue lines, get stuck with these $500, $1,000, $1,500 tickets. Everybody complains, and they're right to.
Right.
You know what? This can actually bring about real change.
Here's your chance to do something, right?
I know it's rough, but you know what? Nobody likes court. But you show up, New Jersey District Court, this Tuesday, November 18th, 2 p.m., 50 Walnut Street, Martin Luther King Building, courtroom 5B. Show your support, show you want lower ticket prices, and show you want all this information exposed to the public. You can bring about real change. But it can't be done by one person like me. It needs to be done with support.
Right.
Yes.
I am convinced that Karen Reed got off because she had all those people outside all the time. You know, that woman.
Yeah, well,
Karen
that's what I was
Reed.
gonna say. It'd be so nice if you could get some real anti-Ticketmaster people out there and
You need to get Vinnie Politan to show up,
booing them. And
Hey, in
What
the last month, I had over 100 to 150 supporters telling me they were coming and supporting and showing up. Most of them this time, it's pretty tough because they took off work. And this is a work, most people are working class people. They don't have the luxury of Michael Rapino sitting in a little yacht. So, this time they're like, Tommy, I don't think I could take off work. I'm like, bro, don't take off work, and you got your life to live. You got your family to feed. But anybody that this is an issue to and they care about it, and I know nobody likes going to courts. I don't like going to court. You show up there and support, you can make change.
There you go. All right.
303 says he can see Cameron Crowe making this movie. I totally agree.
There we go. We get Cameron Crowe on.
Tommy, good luck, man. This is awesome. Keep us posted because I wish I was on the East Coast and not on the West Coast because I would totally be there supporting with signs and air horns and booing those lawyers and fuckers.
Yeah, well, if you don't go to a Live Nation concert, you can pay for the ticket, the hotel.
Right, exactly.
You can go to a luxury spa, and you can show up and protest.
I could show for court.
Just skip one concert, and you got it.
Right. Showing up for court doesn't cost anything. Actually, that's true. Like I save on the ticket.
And a luxury dinner like a Ruth Chris Steakhouse for that cost.
Totally. At least. Great.
All right. Well, yeah, hit me up on Friday or over the weekend. Let me know what goes on, and we'll get you back on here after that. And thank you, Tommy. Thank you for everything you're doing, man. You've given up a lot of your life to fight the fight for all of us. So, and
thanks for coming back on to keep us informed of everything. Like, there's a story that's not going away, and one that we're not gonna let go away because following through it to the end. So good luck, man. Keep fighting the good fight. You're awesome. We love what you're doing.
You can just pop out, Tommy. You can just X yourself, and we will talk to you soon, man.
All right, perfect. Thanks a lot, guys, and looking forward to hopefully getting a trial date set.
Yes.
Thank you so
much,
much,
man. Fingers crossed.
Thanks a lot. You guys have a great day, and thanks a lot for having me.
Hey, buddy. Take care, man. Be well.
What happened?
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.